Morning, everyone. Hope you're off to a great Saturday morning. Got my cup of coffee going here, and it's tasting pretty good. And it's a bit of a soggy one out there today, coming down sideways almost in my neck of the woods. But at any rate, it's spring. It happens. My lawn is looking super green, so I can't complain with that for a moment. But certainly glad to be back. We got back, me and Hannah got back Monday afternoon, around 4 or 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock I think it was. I gotta be honest, Tuesday and Wednesday were rough with the old jet lag and things. I think I went to bed on Tuesday at 7:30 or something. I don't know, maybe a little bit later, but I mean, I was hard, had toothpicks to keep the eyeballs open, but at any rate, feeling good now, feeling good. I'm over that, so thankful for that, and thankfully getting back in the swing of things. I'm a few minutes early today online because my Saturday is not at home today. I'm not going to be hanging out on the couch or anything. I'm heading off to Hamilton, bring my wife over there. She's speaking to a ladies group there today. And then hanging out with Matthew, and his birthday today, so we're gonna go have some fun. But at any rate, it's a bit of an early start, so thought I'd get on here and get her going. You know what I'm saying? So, at any rate, I look like I have really big bags under my eyes this morning. I think it has to do with the lighting because I feel pretty good. Just so you know, all right. I know some folks are concerned and they ask me if I'm getting enough sleep or whatever, but at any rate, I really enjoy the Bible. I really enjoy reading the Bible. I really enjoy the Gospels. I have all kinds of favorites. It's hard to pick a favorite book of the Bible or books, but in the Gospels we see Jesus in action, right? That's all about Jesus, and we see that Jesus loved the people. He loved the criminal. He loved the thief. He loved the tax collector, women of irreproof, diseased people, poor people, children, his followers. He loved those who didn't even follow him. All right, he desired them to come, but he loved them. And he continues to love people today. And his love is the same today as it was when he walked on the earth a long time ago. Or it's still the same. And because we are to love him, if we know Christ as our personal Lord and Savior, we're called to live and love like he did. So we need to extend that love one to another, and it demonstrates and communicates our faith. Let me read you a verse here in John chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I've loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. In the New Testament, I didn't know this until this week. In the New Testament, there's 54 places that contains the one another, and teaching us to prefer one another or to love one another. Now, as parents, we get the opportunity to show our children how to love like Jesus by living out that one another. But it's just not for parents either. It's for grandparents, it's uncles and aunts, single people, people not married, widowers, all of us can do it. And there's a couple things that we need to remember as we try to love others. These are really, I think, very helpful things. I'm not saying this is a dent-of, this is the list, this is the 3 points, but these things I'm going to mention are very helpful. Forgiving one another. If we're going to love one another, we need to be forgiving one another. Colossians 3:13, forbearing one another, forgiving one another, even if any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave, so also do ye. The ultimate example of forgiveness was displayed to all of us. We weren't there present, but we see it in Scripture as Jesus hanging on the cross, and he cried out for those who he was crucified by, and he was crucified for. Luke 23:34, then said Jesus, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And as he says that, at the feet of the cross, there were the soldiers parting his raiment, casting lots for it. All right? We should forgive others, even when they don't ask for it. I've heard some people say, if we should forgive others even if they don't deserve it. I don't think that's a right biblical point of view, because we don't deserve Christ's forgiveness. He gives it anyway, and so should we. Now, we have to ask for Christ's forgiveness for it to be applied to our account, but the idea is that it's available. We should be forgiving others. We don't have any right to hold on to things that we need to forgive. Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter how bad the thing was done to you. We need to forgive. And, I understand that takes time on occasion. Like, the idea we forgive, we are looking as a person no longer guilty. Okay? And that means continuously, each and every day, especially if it's a really hard hurt or error or sin against us. We need to make sure in our heart each day that we forgive them. We forgive them. We're not going to hold it back. And that demonstrates the love that keeps no records of wrongs. 1 Corinthians 13:5, doth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil. All right? We need to show that. I think as a parent, it would be very good to say, hey, something comes up at the dinner table. I remember when you did that when you were 5 years old. How bad a kid you were. And no, you forgive and you move on, right? That's how you demonstrate that love. Accepting one another. By accepting, I want to kind of quantify this a little bit. By accepting one another, I'm not referring that I'm accepting your wrongdoing. Christ loved everyone, but he didn't condone, he didn't side with the criminal or the thief and do those things. He demonstrated his love to them. He wanted them to stop that because that was harmful to them. I love my kids, okay? I accept them for who they are, but I'm going to stop them from going out to the street and run in the streets, okay? Because I love them. I'll stop them. I'll try my best to avoid them being hurt. And so with the Lord, he accepts all that would come to him. All right. Wherefore receiving ye one another as Christ also received us unto the glory of God. To truly love someone, it's not us making them just like us. We're all unique. We're all amazingly different. I had the opportunity to meet a lot of different people on this last trip, and each and every one of us, from our body shape. I met some guys who are shorter than me. That doesn't happen a lot. That was pretty cool. But he's shorter than me. I met people way taller than me. I met skinny people, large people, people who could speak English very well, and others who could speak English very well. And we're all unique. We're all different. And God made us that way. I have 4 wonderful children. They're all different. None of them are quite like the other. They have their own personalities. So accepting one another is not saying, hey, you got to be just like me. I mean, can you imagine a world that looks just like you or just like me? No. God made us different. Absolutely. And not different to do wrong, but different to serve him. All right? So we need to be loving them and encouraging them. And there's coming times when people don't meet our expectations or whatever the case is. We still got to love them. We still got to try to show them the path to Christ. And if they're on the pathway of Christ, they know Christ is Savior, to encourage them to go forward and further with the Lord. Charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. All right? So no pride there. All right? And then honor one another. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love. In honor, preferring one another. Honor means to esteem someone as highly valuable. It leads us to treat others as though they are unique, like they are. I think of the hockey card analogy. I haven't collected hockey cards in a long time, but a fellow that was in our church in Brampton years ago gave my boys a whole collection, 1995, 1996 hockey cards, all right? Every card of that group, company made them. Every card, we have them. So the boys got them in sleeves and stuff. They're protecting, it's valuable to them, all right? And it would be even more valuable if someone had autographed, like one of those players had autographed one of those cards. It would have been even greater still, all right? And we're unique. Each and every one of us, God has created us uniquely on purpose. We're not a mistake. We're not an accident. Your life might be upside down and might be a mess, but you're still unique. All right. God has planned for you, and we're to value each other. All right. And that, because that's a attitude of Christ. We need to be doing that. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. Look not every man his own things, but every man also on the things of others. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. We just look in the Gospels again, and we see how Christ honored, he valued people. And we should have that same spirit. But what if that person you're trying to love is not receiving, or that person is hard to love? I'm sure we've all met people like that. And loving others is not always easy. Listen, Christ dealing with us is not always easy either. Christ knows us like no one else. He knows every part of us, okay? But if we're going to show that Christ-like love, that means we're going to forgive. We're going to help people. We see them where they are. We're going to say, come on, we need to go further for the Lord and honor them, even when it's difficult and it's not easy, and when it's easy, and when it is fun. All right, that's what we need to do. Our ability to love others doesn't come from me or you being like a super Christian. We need to have that walk with Christ, yes, and that's what gives us the ability to love like Christ. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. We can only give love like we should when we have that good walk with the Lord. So in essence, you could say when our hearts are full of God's love is when we love like we should. And any other attempt to love one another, it doesn't work out the way that God desires it. I'm not to say that we can't demonstrate some love, but we're going to maximize loving people is when our hearts are full of God's love, when we have that vibrant walk with the Lord. Let us strive. We live in a world that's messed up, that's pretty angry, very divisive. Let's try to be examples of true biblical love. For if you have family, for your kids, for other people's kids, for your family, and for all those that come in contact with you. If you're going to demonstrate Christ's love, if you strive to do that in your life, you will be noticed. Now, and you don't do it for your notice. You're just doing it because this is what Christ would do. All right. And you'll make an impact in lives around you. So strive to do that even this Saturday. All right. So I hope that helps you love as you should. Tomorrow, hope you can join us at 9:00 for our service. We'll be continuing our journey through the book of Colossians, and we'll be looking at a prayer that Paul prays for the church in Colossae. I think it's going to be helpful for you. It's helpful for me as I studied this week on it. And then at 11, we'll be looking at Psalm 18, just the first few verses. It's a great song, a victory, a believer song, and who God is, and who he was for David, and who God is today, because God hasn't changed. All right, so I look forward to that. If you can't make it out to our services in person, Lord willing, unless we have a technical malfunction, all of it will be on Facebook as well, so you can check it out there. So I hope you have a wonderful, dandy, grand day, Saturday, all right? It's supposed to clear off. The rain's supposed to clear off. This afternoon it's supposed to be sunny. I'm hoping that does happen because then I can get out for a walk. I enjoy the walks in this after the rain and smell all that nice wetness and as the plants are growing and things. So at any rate, and hey, I hope you're having a great weekend too. Long weekend, first one of the summer. They call it the official beginning of summer. So I hope you're having a grand one. Keep that coffee close, or tea, whatever you're drinking this morning, and let's be demonstrating to those around us the love of Christ. All right, let's try to make that a priority in our lives. All right, take care and God bless.